All right, take a seat. We'll get all squared in here. Awesome. Yeah,
People hold their guitars.
Yeah, go ahead. Grab that guitar. Make sure I'm in here.
Get in here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Give a second for people to tune in. Good. You're live.
Cool.
And that's live. I like it.
Live.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are good. I like those.
You want one?
No, I'm good.
These things are dangerous.
I know. I know. They're the new LaCroix.
That is exactly what they are. The new LaCroix. All right. Let's start with playing something.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Original cover, anything you want.
Let's start with a cover. I'm trying to think of something that is kind of feeling the vibe right now. Let's do.
Told you we were gonna have a lot.
All right,
of noise.
this is funny. Let's do because it's such a nice day. This is the first song that popped into my head because it's such a nice day. Let's do Blind Melon.
All right,
No
go for
Rain.
it. That's been a minute. I'll follow you. Go for it.
Okay, ready? That's the solo part that I never play. Just like scat it out. I can say that my life was pretty plain. You don't like my point of view. It's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe. Just want someone to say to me, oh, oh, oh. Always be there when you went. Don't like to keep my cheeks dry. Stay with me and I'll have it. You really know I really wanna have it. You know I really wanna have it. You really know I have it.
It does end like that.
You have to do that. You have to do that.
I haven't heard that song forever.
I am such a 90s
horror. Like the musical, there's no '90s song that I don't like. Really, I mean,
Oh, come on.
With the '90s, I mean, there's ones I don't like, but there's not ones that I won't even listen to. Like Sweet Caroline, I'll have to leave the building. Not even just the room. Like I can't. My poor friend at her wedding, she knows she's a musician too, but Sweet Caroline came on, and I left the building. I went for a walk. I needed to calm down.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't with that song and the group, the gang vocals on it killing me.
So when you play weddings, because I know you played a bunch of weddings.
Yeah.
You just veto that song. He's blacklisted.
Well, here's the cool thing about the weddings we play. The band I play weddings with, well, yeah, that song's blacklisted for sure. But I do it with my ska band. And so we kind of do our own versions of covers. So when people want us for weddings, we tell them, this is what we are. This is what we do. And we send them a set list.
Yeah.
And so the people that book us, they know what they're getting into and they fucking love it. They go with it. We don't have to do the typical...
What songs you can't play, what you can play. It's like you book us, you get what you get.
Right. We are very much like, this is what you're getting. We'll learn songs for them. Yeah. We'll learn like the dance, the mother, daughter, and then we'll play it straight. But
that's what the client should want anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I like that. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. And we've always had, we probably do about 4 or 5 weddings a year because we do a lot of club shows and but they're really fun because they know what they're getting and we have fun with it. We don't have to really change who we are. And even though we're doing covers, it's still within the vein of what we like to do, the horns and stuff. We do our own versions. So
fair enough.
It's fun. It's really fun.
So let me give you a little intro here.
Okay.
So howdy, ladies and gentlemen. We got Facebook over here and YouTube over there.
Wow.
So, and maybe we'll take some questions. I see China Guitar. How's it going, brother? So we are live, a special Thursday edition, because usually I do Wednesdays, but yesterday was Halloween.
That's right.
So we had the kids' Halloween contest at school.
That's right.
And the parade and all that.
Parade.
So today I'm with Cathy DiToro. And so thanks for coming over on Thursday.
Thanks for having me, yeah.
And it's so nice here in Maryland, we decided to do it on the porch. So this is my back porch area. And forgive me if you hear wind chimes, shotguns, saws.
We run for cover real quick.
Yeah, so she comes on the porch, and I was like, "How's a shotgun?" And she's like, "Wait a minute, really?" It's like,
what are they shooting? What's there to shoot?
So anyway,
but yes, it's very beautiful. I have to say, it feels like vacation here. It's just gorgeous. So thanks for having me. This is really nice.
I've been excited to have you because, you're a full timer. You're in what, like 4 bands, 5 bands?
About, yeah.
And you run a female-based not-for-profit, right? Yes. So let's start with the bands. And can you kind of, give everybody an idea? Oh, by the way, the links will be in the description, so make sure you check her out.
Yeah.
I think I already tagged you, but
cool.
But so yeah, what are all the projects you're in? Let's start with the bands.
Okay, so I do a bunch of tribute bands, and one is an 80s, straight 80s tribute called the Leg Warmers. Mm-hmm. Very fun. We dress up. We do straight covers, all original key, all the stuff you love, just the guilty pleasures. And
all original key, huh? You don't move anything around?
I say that because when I auditioned, they had me send in a tape for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and I was like, God damn it. Like, I cannot sing that fucking because my other band does it, but we bring it down, I think, almost 2 full steps, I want to say. Not 2, maybe a step and a half, but Cindy's tough, and she's got her own tone. And, right. So I'm like, shit, I'm not going to get this gig. Like, I'm not going to get this gig. But it's up to the universe, I guess.
Right.
So, and I don't warm up as much as I should. I mean, you wouldn't believe, like, I sing for 3 hours at a time, multiple nights a week. And I learned how to sing properly, which has it allows me to do this. But I didn't really warm up. Well, I guess it was good enough. I mean, I barely hit that high. I don't even know what the high note is. It's not an F, but it's just under maybe an E. But I was very nervous about it. So, and I was like, guys, can't we bring this down? And then one of my friends in the band, before I joined, he was like my buddy, like, yeah, you can do this. You got this. He's like, we can't bring it down. The guys will not like that. And I was like, shit, these are fucking tribute band drill sergeants.
The idea being that you want it to trigger that memory, like as
I
close
guess.
as
Well,
possible?
it was more so that's how the band had always played it too, and so they've been an established band for a while. So
so since you're joining the band, it's like
you
you're
gotta
gonna
mail
learn
it
the
to
way we
us.
do.
You gotta mail. Yeah, and
we're not relearning.
And well, that which I can appreciate. It's much easier for me to swap over than for 6 other people to adapt. You know, but
I mean,
I was so
really.
nervous, dude. So let's put it this way. When we do that song, we never do it back to back, you know, and it's got to be a week where I haven't sang often.
Yeah.
But yeah, original key always stands out to me because of the Cyndi Lauper song.
All right, so 80s
80s
leg warm.
Yes.
All right, go on.
The next project that I have a lot of fun doing is called Party Like It's.
Yep.
And that's
And you guys have some great covers and great video shoots on YouTube, by the way.
Thank you. We do.
For you guys watching live on YouTube, the links aren't in there now, but they will be.
Yeah, Party Like It's. We have a channel on YouTube. We actually have, I think, over 1 million views collectively on all our videos, which is exciting. And we got a lot of gigs and we've had a lot of success from our videos. You know, people don't know who we are. We started as a ska band. We all
I love the ska side.
We love ska. I mean, I know that's not something you hear often.
It's
not
true.
dead. Ska's not dead. But we all grew up in the late 80s and early 90s loving the third wave, you know, like No Doubt is Gwen Stefani is my biggest influence, and the guys Less Than Jake and Real Big Fish, and of course like the Specials, like some older stuff too. But so we started doing ska versions of popular songs, kind of what, you know, Real Big Fish did their Take on Me, and we did this Kesha song, Timber, and it got us, we have like tons of views on that one, and we just were like, this is kind of fun, let's keep going with this. So over the years, we played all sorts of clubs and parties and weddings, and we actually got to tour Japan.
Really?
Yeah, so we started writing originals. We're like, we all write in separate other projects. Why don't we see what we can come up with together as a group? So we came up with about 4 songs and came up with a half-hour set and went over to Tokyo and did a 2-week tour.
So how did you
It
get
was
the gig
insane.
in Tokyo, and what was it like?
Okay, so
I've never done anything like that.
I had never even been out of the country. And my first time was 3 years ago.
Was going about as far as you can go until you start coming back.
I literally felt like I was on another planet. Like the air felt different. It was the coolest feeling. And I was really nervous. I hate flying, by the way. That's another fun story.
And so your first super long flight was like 20 hours.
It was 4 bottles of wine and a Xanax. I can tell you that. I
made it through. I got there.
I get to the airport. My bandmate's like carrying me. I'm like, there's Hello Kitty. But no, it was, coming out of my slumber. But no, I gotta say, like, it was so cool because 2 of my bandmates, one was from Japan. The other had done it before with his ska band from back in the day. Yeah. So we kind of knew some of the spots and was like, I want to put together a tour for this band. I think people will really like us there. So the 2 of them organized this we played 9 dates. We got to go to Shiga, which is like the countryside. We took the bullet train, which goes 270 miles per hour past Fuji.
270?
It was fucking awesome.
Dude.
We slept on the floor. I ate shit I never thought I would. Like, it was raw
Now, wait a minute.
eggs
Real quick, though. On the train that goes 270, is it through the countryside?
Yeah, I mean, it's got its own. You see Fuji. We passed Mount Fuji.
But what I mean is, like, can deer or whatever, can they run on the track?
I didn't
what
ask
do you do
how
with
they
that speed
tested
of
it.
anything?
Well, I'll tell you something. When you're standing on the track and one of those motherfuckers goes by, it's terrifying. Like,
I can't imagine.
Stand back against the wall, like you're being pinned against a wall, dude.
I'm gonna bring us in a little closer because my neighbor decided to cut his grass today.
Oh yeah, I see him. Is that him? No.
Oh, he's doing laps. So we're gonna get the volume just a little bit better. All right, let's keep going.
So Japan is incredible, and they love American music there. You know, they love ska. Like, they didn't have to know who we were to be interested in us. You know, here you kind of it's tough. You have to earn. You know, people are watching shows like, prove it to me, and I get that to an extent, but there's also something to be said for just enjoying live music for the sake of enjoying it.
Now, do you think it's cultural, or is it because we're just overstimulated with it here?
It could be a combination.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's cultural. I do. Because they're overstimulated over there.
But what I mean is, are they intrigued just because you're American? Or is it the style of music?
I think there's an appreciation there for live music. It's not,
Gotcha.
Yes, they're intrigued because it's American. You know, my bandmate is 6'5", and people wanted to take pictures with him. They thought he was famous just because he's so tall. He obviously looks like he's not.
Because everybody in Japan is under 6 foot.
Right, totally.
Gotcha.
And so everyone, so that was fun. I mean, it was such a cool cultural experience. But one of the things that really stood out to me too was just how supportive. Like they are they don't know the words to our songs, but they're bopping up and down and having the time of their life. For all the bands that played, it's an energy. It's just this like. And,
okay, so were you? Oh, go on.
Well, I was gonna say the shows start at 6 o'clock. They're over by 9.
Really?
Yes.
I got shit to do.
They got shit to do.
Keep.
They got to go to bed. They got to get up and keep work going. I mean,
so all right. So did you tour? So you toured with As If, right?
Our Party Like Kids.
Our Party Like Kids. I'm sorry. I know
Dude,
we're gonna get there. Okay.
There's a lot.
And so did you go with other bands? Just you? How'd you get it? How'd you book it? What's that process?
So
like?
we paired up with an all-girl group, kind of like a Spice Girls pop, 5Ps or 6Ps. They were 5, and they did. They were adorable. QAM was their name, and they did coordinated dances and matching outfits. And so when my bandmate reached out to the promoter over there, they were like, "Why don't we pair you up with this group?"
Right.
And so we would switch, like going first, and they would go first, and it was really fun to play with them. It really was. They were adorable and just a blast. And like I would spray them with glitter before our shows, and we would have like little moments. And I had like my Harajuku, like my Gwen experience, because Harajuku is is the fashion suburb in Tokyo.
Didn't know that.
And so Gwen Stefani went there and got totally inspired by it and created her entire wardrobe of Harajuku lovers. The purse I have, all around Japan.
Okay.
And this suburb, it's in the city, but it's not suburb. It's like a borough, and everyone's just dressing up and walking around to see like anime. Think cosplay, like the costumes, and it's like who's who and who can be seen, and just the hangout spot, and just shop up and down the strip, and it's wild.
So wild.
It's
so different than here.
Cool though. It's so different from here, but everyone was so kind. Everything is so clean. Everything makes sense. Like ironically, even though it's in, they're so friendly that English
What do you
speaking.
mean everything makes sense?
Like the way they do things there. Like my toilet seat, I can heat up my seat if I want. Well, the bathrooms are the best.
Really?
You can play music. It's calm you down. There's bidets everywhere. Like they have women-only trains after 11 p.m. and certain times of night.
Really?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
I know, because they saw a need for it, and women felt safer, and it's later at night. So little things like that just things you wouldn't think of that make you more comfortable, or just make you just feel like it works. It works. Like okay, but the one thing that was a little tough there was you're not allowed to eat outside in public.
What?
Like I was eating a bowl.
Like literally outside?
Yeah, outside of 7-Eleven. The 7-Elevens are amazing there, by the way. Like the convenience
There's
store.
actually 7-Elevens?
Yeah, and they're insane. They're insane. You can buy like stockings. You can buy a hot meal. You can get anything you need there. Underwear. Like you can literally get anything you need there.
Right.
But you can't eat outside. I got in trouble eating a bowl of noodles.
So
Outside of 7-Eleven.
what does getting in trouble
The
mean?
guy comes out and goes, "You cannot do this right now. You have to go inside." Not in a mean way, but it was definitely in a way that was like, now, okay, you just want to eat.
So what is the
You
thing?
can't smoke cigarettes outside either.
But don't a lot of people smoke over there?
Inside. You get fined. It's like a $30 fine.
So wait a minute. So it's the exact opposite of here. So you can smoke inside at everywhere.
Mostly, a lot of places.
So you could smoke inside at
Restaurants. Yep.
But you can't
You're eating a
smoke
burger.
or eat outside. That doesn't make sense.
But I will say the air is pretty clear there.
But not inside.
No, it sucks. It sucks. I would be eating, and I don't smoke, and so it was, and as a singer especially, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah, because here, it's been a minute since I've played anywhere where people were smoking inside.
Yeah, there's.
So I guess if you're singing in a smoky bar,
it's the worst. There used to be this place in Northern Virginia, and back when my first cover band 10 years ago, and I was just like, well, I guess, and I would go home, and aside from the fact it makes your clothes smell like shit.
Oh yeah.
my throat during the show. I was
that's
dry.
what I'm saying.
It
As
was
a
awful.
singer.
It was awful. So now I won't do it. Like if there are a few spots that are still, if I get a call for it, I can't do it. It's not worth it.
Gotcha.
To ruin. It's just not.
Last
a fun
question
time.
about Japan.
Yeah.
Did it pay well? Was it worth doing, or did you lose money?
Well, so we didn't lose money.
That's good.
We basically
Good tip. Try not to lose money.
Yeah, don't lose money. And the way we didn't lose money was by selling our merch. And another cool thing about Japan is they're so supportive and they're so excited about merch. Like we went over with koozies and T-shirts and CDs and posters, and we sold all of our merch.
So you sold out.
Yeah, and we each made a couple $100. We came home with a couple $100.
That's awesome.
It was insane. So we saved up playing like cover gigs
Right.
for our flights.
Right.
Our flights were cheap. We got all of our flights for I think $1,000 each.
Really?
Yeah, and we booked them like 3 months ahead. We went in May, booked them in February, and then we while we were there, we sold merch, and it's so cheap to eat there. Sushi, oh my god, and it's
Did
the
you go
best
get
food.
sushi at the
Oh
market?
my god, with a little thing. The chefs are making it and putting it on the conveyor belt, and the ramen. Ramen is like my favorite food on earth. Ramen is. I will still eat the fucking college ramen. I know it's toxic.
My wife is there with you.
I will. It's my Kraft mac and cheese. Like I will eat ramen until the
So you
day
can-
kills me.
So you can go get some sushi that was swimming like an hour ago.
Yeah,
And
the
then get
sushi's
just
insane,
killer ramen.
and the ramen is insane. It's all about the broth and the noodles with ramen. So you go to one place, and it's more of a milky broth. You go to another, and it's
I'm getting so hungry.
dude.
right
And
now.
I was eating. I don't eat meat anymore, but at the time I was. So these pork-based broths and these meat. I mean, it was just. Japan is so cool. But you got to get in and get out when it comes to eating. They don't like you. People are done eating in 10 minutes there. People don't sit
Really?
around at restaurants and hang out. And no. You go in, eat your food, you get out. So we were standing in line waiting.
So restaurants aren't like a place where people socialize and
No.
hang. It is.
The ones we went to anyway
Yeah.
were the ramen places and the sushi places. It's eating is something you just got to do to get done. You got to eat and then go about your business.
Got it.
So yeah, that was my experience anyway. So but man, it was like the busiest intersection in the world is there. Shibuya. It makes Times Square look like
Really?
you're straight. I mean, not you, but yeah, it makes Times Square. It gives it a run for its money. It's insane.
I need to go.
You really do.
You've sold me.
Good.
You sold me.
Everyone should go. It's a fabulous, fabulous country.
All right. Well, before we go on to your other bands and other projects, let's play another one.
Okay.
You got any other ideas? Let me check this real quick.
How was Japan talk? I'm trying to think.
Let's see if anybody's got any fun questions while you're
Yeah.
thinking here.
Ask me something fun.
Um,
Oh, I love your channel.
Cathy wants every rose has its thorn.
You know it. Oh,
Let's-
come on.
Let's see. You want to do that one?
Ah,
All right. A lot of people like the idea of drinking with Xanax. So you hit a nerve there.
I don't condone, for the record. I have a terrible fear of flying. The Xanax is just for flying. On a 16-hour flight, I needed the wine too, but I do not recommend
Well,
it.
someone says they prefer whiskey with Xanax. Don't you love
Use
the
with
internet?
caution, please. I know. Disclaimer: everything I say, take with a massive grain of salt.
And also, guys, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, if you have any other requests as far as a question or a song, throw it up there. Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, I do take requests. Is what I always say at my shows.
All right,
All right,
you're
we'll give
up.
a little Brett Michaels. He's ridiculous, for the record. Can I just preface this by saying, like, Brett fucking Michaels, okay? Like, I went back and tried to rewatch Rock of Love. I watched Rock of Love in real time.
Could do
That
it.
is the most sexist fucking show ever.
Do tell. Go
Like,
on.
Let me play the chords while I'm talking about this. So I'm like watching these shows, and these women just want to like bang him, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Like, you want to bang Brett? Like, he was cool, you know, and he had the hairband thing. I get that. I do get that.
I don't get that.
Well, you wouldn't get it. I was about 5, but I still got it. But then I'm watching this show, and I'm seeing these girls literally just like the photo shoot episode where they're like, "Bleh," and they're just like getting as ridiculous as they can for him. And he's like, man, I was feeling something down in my pants. It's like, we get it, Brad. Like,
That
you
is
have
kind of
to
the point of the show, right?
Well, and at the time, I'm like, ha, silly. And now I'm like, That show, there's no place right now in society for a show like that. Oh, Brett, we love you.
But you're still gonna sing one of the songs.
I'm singing it right now. I'm at least gonna do a verse and a chorus. Here we go. We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. And although we lie close together, feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? But I tried not to hurt you, but I tried. And I guess that everybody rose has its store. Just like the night has its song. Just like every cowboy sings a song. That's right. Yes, it does. I mean, I feel like that's good enough, right? We don't need the whole thing.
You don't need the whole song.
But it just does bring back memories, you know? I mean, I was on Long Island. I'm from Long Island originally when I was a little kid, and I always relate the 80s to Long Island because I had older siblings.
How old were you when you moved out of there?
I was 10.
And you moved
To Maryland, actually.
To, where's DC-ish area?
Yeah. Like Gaithersburg, right outside. So,
Okay.
And then to Fairfax. So we basically moved to the DC metro area from Long Island.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But, yeah, the 80s are very much Long Island to me, which I feel like makes sense. It just makes sense, in my head anyway. But, yeah, so that was a good little nostalgic moment right there.
Yeah, all right. So what are the other bands?
So Party Like It's my ska band, which you can check out our videos on YouTube. That's the one we went to Japan
Again,
with.
links will be in the description after the video.
Yeah, you should definitely check out Party Like It's. We still play out, and we've got a bunch of we got some original videos too, so we're proud of those. And my other band, this is the newest one, is a 2000s tribute called So Fetch, like from Mean Girls. And I get to wear a Juicy Couture tracksuit and a knockoff Tiffany's bracelet.
You wear a tracksuit every gig?
Every gig. I bedazzled it myself. I have a bedazzling gun, which I had before, for the record. And we do like Eminem. I get to rap. It's so fun. We do everything. So we basically do, this is a thing now, by the way, the aughts, the OOs.
What is that?
The 2000s.
Oh.
So you know how you say the 80s, the 70s, the 90s, the OOs, the aughts.
I've not heard that term before.
I hadn't either. It's a thing. And we say that at shows. We're like, guess what, everyone? We're your favorite 2000s tribute band you never heard of, but it's a thing because we do songs from the year 2000 to 2010.
Okay.
We're very strict. We cut it right off at 10. So the end of the decade is basically Lady Gaga and Kesha.
Right.
The beginning of the decade is Sum 41,
Right.
Cisco, Eminem, Outkast, and I mean, for me, it's
so totally different than the leg warmer stuff.
Totally different. In leg warmers, I'm bopping around, like kind of keeping, in my Carlton dance corner.
So you literally take a different persona for the different gigs.
we have alter egos and personas.
Literally
and
alter
literally we have. I'm Amber Crombie in the 2000s band. Very proud of that one. And really, I'm just excited that I can wear a sweatsuit while I'm performing because every other band I'm in, I can't wear comfy clothes like that. So it's really amazing.
But isn't the sweatsuit hot as shit with
it's
the lights?
hot as shit. But you know what? Sweating feels good. And got to get that Xanax and wine out somehow, right? And it feels good. It feels good. But yes, it is extremely hot. But I have a little, I try to remember to bring my fan and I've built up the stamina to the point where I can jump around in that suit and rap and sing a lot of words at once and not totally collapse.
Right.
Which I'm also very proud of. So, but
not
yeah,
collapsing.
Not collapsing. Dude, jumping up and down while you're doing an Eminem song in a Juicy Couture tracksuit. My parents are so proud of me. They are. My parents hated Eminem. They came to one of my shows. I was like, sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm like, it's just like, I'm sorry.
You didn't tone it down?
No. There's no toned down version of me. This is toned down.
I'm learning that. Well, I'm just meeting you for the first time.
That's true. We are. No.
Okay.
So
what's the other band?
So the other band I do is my original music.
Good.
Yep. And
I saw you have that one single out.
Yes, my one single. I go by Cathy D. Cathy DiToro is my name, and I just kind of make it easier for people. And I've been working on an EP for a long time, and I just I'm so stingy with and insecure about releasing my stuff, to be honest with you. You know, I've never put out originals before. This past March was the first time I did. Very proud of that song, but it was scary.
Yeah.
It was exciting, but it really was scary.
I totally get that. I've never done an original project before either. And I just started one.
Did you?
And so like it's a songwriting team, it's 3 of us. And so like we're trying to force ourselves. So every Friday, we're putting out a song.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Just to get used to like, just do it.
And then the ones that do well we'll keep. The ones that are dog shit we'll throw away. You know?
I like that.
And
that
then
forces you.
And then it's also kind of documenting the process. So like,
that's cool.
when we do actually come up with something good, there's been people that have watched it along the way.
That's cool.
That are paying attention.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I got this thing I've been working on so hard and like 5 people see it. You know?
No, that's cool. And that can help other people kind of see that
exactly.
It's a like it is.
Well, I'm kind of doing it because, again, my channel is educational. I'm trying to show that. But it's scary, though. It's
really scary. And again, like, as you know, musicians, we've got egos and we've got feelings and we, you know, want everyone to I've had to let go of, you know, a lot of this wanting approval and just remember, like, this has always been in me.
Yeah.
The music, since I was a kid, I've been singing. I popped out almost, like, really, I could harmonize as a really young kid. And my parents are musicians, and I just.
Your parents are musicians?
Yeah, they met in choir. My mom's a piano teacher.
So they are proud of you.
They're very proud of me. They are very proud of me. My dad taught me guitar, and they both sing really well, and they've been very supportive. You know, but I've had to let go of that. And, you know, I'm not trying to say, oh, poor me, this is so hard, but like, it definitely, as an artist, there is that, you know, selfish, and you go through so many different cycles of just getting in your own head.
Sure.
And it's like, you know what, just put it out. You created this, stand by it, especially with the internet now, you know, technology, the world we're living in now, just put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, and I got so much encouragement about the song I did. I wrote that song is, about something really traumatic I went through, and it was very therapeutic to kind of do that and go through it and to write the song. So in that way, I'm proud of it. And now I just got to get the rest of these out. So I am proud of my songs. I'm just, you know.
How many more? Have you written a bunch more, and then you just released one so far?
Right. So I have 4 others, and I'm going to release them with music videos, though. I love visuals, and I'm very, the song I already released, the date I released it was very timely, and it meant a lot to me. It was March 29th, so that was meaningful, and I needed it to be on that date. But all my other stuff, I really want to try to release with a visual and a video.
But do you play them live at all?
When I play, I'll throw my originals in, and people will often say, "Do you have any original music?" You know, they want to hear it, and they're received well. Yeah. And I write all my songs.
You want to do one?
Sure. Sure. I write most of them on guitar, I was going to say.
Now, do you typically write with guitar first, lyrics first, melody first? It's different every time?
It's different every time.
Yeah.
I'm a piano. My mom taught me piano, so I used to be really good at piano. But then I turned more to guitar in my 20s.
Was piano your first main instrument?
Oh, yeah. I was writing songs on piano when I was little, and even in high school. And I still go back to that. It's melodically, I don't know as many chords, and I can't do as much with melodies because I'm limited by my chord knowledge. But with piano, I know it well enough. I know the theory well enough.
Yeah.
And I know what kind of works together well, so I'm much more comfortable writing on piano. But I love, and I especially love this beautiful Taylor. I'm so attached to this guitar.
Let's talk about that in a second.
So let's do I'll do one of my originals.
All right, I'll follow you.
This one, it's pretty simple.
And if it's not, I just won't play.
Okay, cool. So this one is called Magic Pills, and I wrote this one about vices, any sort of vice. I was chilling in my apartment one night, and I'm like, man, life, you know, and I'm just having this moment, and these words just kind of came to me about magic pills. I'm like, that can mean anything, you know, that can mean all sorts of shit. And then I just wrote this little ditty. Magic pills, you get the best of me. Magic pills, you keep me sane, you keep me safe, and I could never be without my magic dance with me. And then it like breaks out into this punky, like kind of like Green Day. When the sun comes up, I take you in. During the day, you are all I feel. When the night comes round and I lay my head to sleep, my magic pills, you stay right next to me. The magic pills, you see me through, setting me straight so I can do anything and everything I set my mind to do. 'Cause magic pills always know what to do. Magic pills don't leave my side. Give me strength, you are my only guide. I'll never trade you in for some cheap knockoff remedy. My magic pills, you'll always be with me. My magic pills, you'll always be with me. My magic pills, you'll always be with me. See what I did there? A little Snoopy Doop, like, whoa, what did she do?
I was gonna say something. I was like, nope.
That's my friend Derek. I have this incredibly talented friend, Derek Avery, DC-based musician, and he added that. He produced, and we have very similar tastes, and we just work really well together. So he added that little. He always sprinkles some more. I do the simple, straightforward shit, and then he adds the magic.
Yeah.
For real.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for playing that.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot there.
Whatever. I kind of exist on the spot. Like, I feel like
Dude, that's what we all do.
All right. Fake it till you make it, or make it. I mean, we just kind of are all just trying to get through.
I feel like a lot of the people that do this, whether it's performing or doing the internet thing or anything like this,
Totally.
people are always just like, how do you just wing it? And I'm just like, I don't think I couldn't wing it.
Perfect segue into my next band's name, The Wingets. I swear, I do a duo. I do a duo with.
I didn't know that.
I know, and we're called The Wingets because people request, "Hey, play Fleetwood Mac." I'm like, all right,
Wing it.
Well, and he goes, "Let's wing it." And so my bandmate was like, "Let's just go by The Wingets." So he and I play pretty regularly. He's in the leg warmers with me, and so Fetch. And he's another one of my.
I was about to ask you, how much cross pollination between bands
there's
is
definitely cross pollination. The Leg Warmers is its own entity. One of the guys from that band does work with me on some other stuff, but between the '90s band, my ska band, and So Fetch, it's most of those guys because our schedules. We know they're great musicians. They're my friends. I love working with them. I mean, I really do consider them my best friends. And they're really fucking talented. Yeah. And it's fun, All
right,
so
I got a question for you. So obviously this is on purpose. You have an '80s band, you got like a '90s band, but it's also Scotland, and you got a 2000s band, right? So clearly the niche thing works.
It totally works.
As opposed to having them kind of commingle the different genres, like choosing those niches really has led to your success. Like it works. It works
because people do want to go and hear a specific, especially the 80s and the 90s.
When I was in high school.
When I was in middle school. When I was hormonal. When I had my first crush. I mean, we really do. I call myself. I mean,
You're projecting to a place, a time in their mind.
It's nostalgia. I'm a nostalgia addict. That's actually probably going to be the name of my album because I am such a I am the nostalgia addict. I cannot get enough of it. Like. It is one of the strongest emotions for me. That feeling of, no matter how different we are, the things we go through in life and even culturally and racially and all those things, we all have felt some sort of, when you smell something or you hear something or you see something, that sense of nostalgia from your childhood. You know, we all went through that awkward puberty. You know, no matter who you are, we all have that. So it connects us.
No one's middle school wasn't shitty.
No one's middle school wasn't shitty. No one didn't fight with their mom. No one didn't want to run away for the most part. I mean, you know, everyone had a crush that, or you got tingly when you saw someone. I mean, it's just, you can't avoid it, you know? I mean, you know, your kids are going to go through it, and
it's going to be glorious.
It's coming, man. But, you know, it's what allows me to really make a living, and bring happiness to people. I mean, my shows are fun, you know, you know, I really do get the best of every world. I get to do my original music and my rare free time and play shows when I can. And then I get to dress up and make people happy on the weekends. And I have a blast with it, you know,
and that's really the thing too, is like, you're taking the people who aren't working their jobs with their kids and other stuff, you're taking them back to a specific place.
Yeah.
And the more, I guess, specific you make it, and the more you nail it, like with the look, with the show, with the songs, whatever.
There's something to be said for that.
That is really what lets them forget about all the shit that have going on in their lives.
Because they're looking, it's a visual and audio experience.
Really
We're not
good
just
point.
a cover band I'm not wearing this, you know, and just singing, you know, Madonna. I mean, we are trying to bring people back on every level, visually and
and the fact that you can do that and do that, which is why cover bands, good ones at least, are busy and get paid well.
We do. And, you know, and I gotta say, like, I will defend the tribute band till the day I die, because, you know, there's been moments with original music where it's like, oh, you know, you do that because you can't do originals, or you do that.
Yeah, it gets a lot of
definitely
flack.
heard it does get a lot of flack, and I understand that. I mean, I do. You know, I grew up as a musician in a musician household. I mean, I really do feel like I can speak on this. Like, I get it, but here's the thing. I always wanted to be a famous musician. That was my dream. Since I was a little kid. That's it. I saw Tragic Kingdom. I saw the Gwen Stefani out in my cassette, and I was like, I'm going to do that. That's what I want to fucking do.
Yeah.
And I have found a way to do it in the complicated industry, in this tough industry of, you know, having to.
Dude.
I have found a way to do it, and I'm proud of that, you know?
You should be proud.
The cover bands allow me to be able to still perform. You know, I've changed my goals of wanting to be famous now to I just want to perform.
Yeah.
I want to help other people musically. You know, that's why I started the nonprofit and stuff too. Like, I just want music to be the main part of my life, and I want to show other people that you can make it a job.
Well, and that's the whole thing. That's why I love having people like you and other guests over and doing this. So for everybody watching, it's like, you can make a living with the guitar in your hands, or singing, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, you can, like, obviously, I think all of our goals have changed since when we first got inspired to do this with our lives.
Totally.
But the fact that you can do it, and you can do it in a bunch of different ways, is encouraging.
I hope it is. I mean, for me, you know, I never imagined I would do 3-hour solo acoustic shows. I mean, my guitar skills are beginner to a little bit above, but I mean, I decided one day, I remember it was 2012 was my first, I was so nervous about my fingers. I kept asking my guitar player friends, I was like, it hurts. Like, can I put Band-Aids? They were like, you can't put Band-Aids. I was like, what about liquid? What about liquid Band-Aids? I was so worried I wasn't it was a 3-hour show. Yeah. I had never done it before. I had only been practicing maybe 3 months, I decided. And what I did was, to get my ass in gear, I booked the show before I knew what the fuck I was doing. And I was like, okay, in 3 months, I have to play 38 songs by myself.
All musicians work better under the gun.
It's true.
It's so true.
It really, I mean, I would challenge any musician. Like, when the fucking stress is on, it's like, okay, I'll learn it. Yeah. Oh, tonight? Okay. And you go home and you're just over and over.
And then you drive it home in the car, you're like, oh, fuck that.
How did I pull that off? And that's how I felt after my show. So I'm playing the chords and I'm singing and I'm, you know, all my 90s songs. I'm doing like Cranberries and I'm doing, you know, and my fingers are killing me, but I'm just like, it kind of feels good because I feel so accomplished and I'm in it. Yeah. It's like I broke my toe on stage one night with the leg warmers. And
stomping, or did you fall off stage?
I fell on my heels. I just straight up, I wore way too high of a shoe.
So you didn't like Henry Rollins it?
And
smash your foot in the ground until it broke?
No, there's not a lot of stomp songs in that band. But my shoe caught on itself. They're patent leather and I fucking broke my toe. I didn't know
Patent leather.
But I did patent leather. But I got off stage. It was, massive, and I started crying. But
Oh, yeah.
in the moment,
Oh, yeah.
I went through 10 songs like that.
Yeah.
You got to fake it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy what your body and mind can overcome. And I was so proud of that. So the message I really try to send to people is, if you want to do this, I mean, there is, depending on what town or what area you're in,
Yeah, we're
there's a
fortunate with the
market.
area where, yeah.
There is a market where we live and a lot of other places where you can make good money playing songs and guitar or piano or, being a solo musician. I have a lot of friends who do it.
Yeah.
And I do it. So, but where we live is also,
We're very, very fortunate.
We are. There's a lot of bars and restaurants that are willing to pay and people enjoy it. People love live music. That's the thing. There's such a value to it,
Especially with all the water too at the dock bars and shit. There's just so many venues.
And people love that beachy feeling. Like live music kind of lends itself to feeling like you're on vacation for people. It's like, oh, there's a live band. Play Jimmy Buffett. No, he's on my do not play list either.
It's on everybody's do not play list.
Thank you. I hope so.
All right. Let's see if we got any good questions on here or things, and then we'll get into your nonprofit.
Cool.
Let's see what we have here.
This is fun.
Isn't it, though?
I want to do this more.
You can come over anytime and do that.
I'm on a vacation here. This place is gorgeous.
Lots of requests for less talking and more playing.
Oh. All right.
Let's see.
Party Like It song, Clockwork Love. Oh,
see,
fun.
you can read from there.
Yeah, just been listening to some of your stuff. Thanks.
So that guy is perhaps the nicest person on the internet.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's British, and it's hard for British people to be so nice, isn't it?
That's what I hear, but that's such a nice comment. Thank you. It is a really fun video, though. You have to check it out, too. You'll love it. You want
to play that tune or something else like it?
Let me see.
Oh, look, he posted the link in there. I told you. He's literally the nicest person on the internet. And you know what his channel is? You know what he does?
What?
He exposes fake guitar knockoff makers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. Isn't that a cool thing?
But he's such a nice guy. He probably does it really nicely. Like, please don't do that again. Don't make fake stuff.
So anyway, if you guys don't follow CGS, you should follow him.
That was a backhanded compliment if there ever was one. Thank you, Michael. All right, you want another song? Let's see. Let's do.
They want to hear your voice.
Well, it's a little rough today. I did a little Halloween last night.
Did you have a show?
No, I just hung out at good old 930 Club.
I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah, I'm lucky. My boyfriend works there, and so I get to tag along with him sometimes. And
awesome.
God, that place for me was, I finally got to play it.
I used to get sloppy there.
Dude, that place was a dream. I mean, that is the ultimate goal as a DC musician is the 930 Club. I mean, it is just, and the dream came true.
It's like the perfect size room.
It's the sound.
The sound is, I remember seeing so many great bands there in so many different genres, from P-Funk, like George Clinton.
I just saw them there this summer. Blew my mind.
Great, right?
Do
you know that he basically invented rapping? That he's basically the first one?
That's what he's credited with. I did know that, yeah.
And he's the most sampled artist in history?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I have his book downstairs.
P-Funk, if you ever anyone gets a chance to see them live, I mean, they're insane.
It's great. His book is titled, Hey George, Ain't That Funkin' Kinda Hard on You?
It's a sentence.
I know, it's a sentence.
It's a conversational sentence. They're playing with my friends, actually. I just remember at the Tally Ho. I want to say next, the Tally Ho's in Leesburg, Virginia, but George Clinton is playing there, and my friend Gordon Sterling and my friend's band, my friend Mary Langford's an amazing guitar player, and she's going to be playing with them. I'm going to go try to check it out. Yeah. I never get to go see my friends play. That's the one downside. Wah, poor me, I get to be a full-time musician. But it does suck, because I do want to support my friends.
That is literally the ongoing joke with everybody that comes over here.
It's true.
And it's like,
it's not just the line.
I've been Facebook friends for 3 years, but we don't know each other in person because we're always working.
It's true.
You become a full-time musician, you stop going to shows.
You stop going to shows.
You only go to your own shows.
Right, and now I get to go see, on some of my nights off, I get to tag along and luckily enough to go see some awesome live music at 930 Club, which has totally been really inspiring, by the way. Going to see live shows is hard for me. sometimes because I get like really distracted by like, oh, what is he like? What are they playing? Because when you know a lot about
you're listening
I
and
can't
viewing
relax.
actively.
I'm judging. It's too much. But I've let go of some of that, and it's been fun to see like country acts that I wouldn't normally go to see. I have access to now in a way that I'm learning to like do market research and appreciate it. It's opening my mind more, and it's been really cool to see like what people are doing nowadays for their live shows.
Let's play another one before they abandon.
All right, don't leave us. Let me see here. It might be fun to do something they know. Maybe like a. What about people usually like zombie? You ever done the Cranberries?
Go for it.
She, rest her heart, I was so sad when she passed because she was instrumental for women in music. I mean, for me, Tragic Kingdom was the first tape I bought, and Cranberries was the second tape. 95.
Tapes.
Yeah, I'm old enough to have had tapes. But I always loved this song.
My first tape was Zeppelin House in the Holy.
Ooh.
That was a good find.
It's a great find. And then, of course, this. The violent causes silent, who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are right that takes and their bones and their bones and their guns. In your head, they are dying. See your head, in your head. Someday, what's in your head? In your head, someday, oh, do. Another heading slowly, God is slowly taking. The violence versus silence, who are we mistaken? It's the same whole thing since 1916. In your head, they are dying. With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, still fighting. In your head, someday, hey, what's in your head? In your head, someday, hey, oh, hey, I always love that song.
That's a good tune.
And I recently played it live with a full band for like an anniversary party of a bar in DC I did, and people went nuts.
Yeah.
With the full band. Yeah, because it's a rocket. It's just, and it's like, obviously there's a political message behind it. You can bring it, and then the bass line of, I mean, like, It's just a whole it's heavy.
It's a good tune.
But she has such a cool voice, and people. But I
especially
noticed,
the little falsetto runs, almost like
hey. Well, yeah, she always was able to do that too. Yeah, and she just had a cool. But it was cool because everyone in the crowd was fucking into it.
Yeah.
And it's always fun for me to see what songs work like that.
Yeah.
As someone that does cover songs all the time.
And sometimes it's shit you don't think is going to work.
Well, I'll tell you another one that the boys like that you wouldn't think. But everyone gets down for some Alanis, okay?
Yes.
For some You Ought to Know.
Yeah.
The dudes.
You Ought to Know is a crowd killer. 10 out of 10
know,
works every audience.
Zombie. And you know what else works? Fucking What's Up?
Yes.
Linda fucking Perry, Four Non-Blondes, everyone in the bar.
You're right.
What's going on? It just feels good. It gets people into it. I really feel like I could speak on this. Like I could give like a lecture on how songs that people react. I'm serious.
No, it's so true.
In a certain demographic.
Some songs, like obviously Journey, but some I know.
Oh, I get it.
But some songs, like it doesn't matter if you're with old people, young people.
Nope.
What they look like, who you think.
Living on a Prayer will always crush.
Crowd killers.
Journey.
Yeah.
Crowd killers.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, it's going to work. It's a 10.
It's a 10. And we don't even know why at this point. We just know that we've heard it so many times that we're just into it. Because everyone around us is into it.
Yeah.
Even if we get sick of playing it, I know from my perspective anyway, it's like, but it's so fun when you see other people react. Life's so heavy, and it's...
Especially Journey, man. Like we played back-to-back gigs, and like one of them is like a country thing at the fair, like way out in the county. And everybody's wearing jeans, and there's fires and drinking Budweiser. Then the next night, we're playing like an all-black wedding in the downtown DC.
And they're loving Journey.
And as soon as you hit the front notes, everybody goes around. That's my song. Like
Journey.
it's a crowd killer. Anyhow, let's talk about your nonprofit.
Okay.
What is it? And why do you do it?
So I started a nonprofit for women in music in the DC area called Project Hera, Hera, like the goddess.
Yeah.
Because I love Greek mythology. Nothing fancy about that name other than that simple concept. I saw a need for there to be a community of women supporting women and also bringing awareness to the incredibly talented women that are in this area.
Yeah.
I hosted a ladies' night for 2.5 years at a local bar in Arlington. And each week I would have 2 featured acts, singer-songwriters, full bands. And when I started, I just went on the internet and I was looking up and I was going through my friends to find women in the DC metro area and just basically cold emailing them and cold calling them to see if they'd want to play my night.
Hey, you're a girl. Come on my show.
Hey, you're a girl. You're a musician. Come play. You want to play?
Yeah.
For $40 in a bar tab? They're like, hell yeah. Do as many songs as you want, as little as you want. It was such a cool opportunity to have, and that's how I built my network, essentially. Yeah. And that's also the inspiration behind my nonprofit, because each week I would meet all these wonderful, talented women. I'm like, why have I never heard of you before? Yeah. How can I help showcase this talent? I love connecting people. Like, it's genuinely, it's one of my, and I love helping people. I have a master's in counseling, by the way. In a past life, I was a high school counselor.
Really?
Yeah. So I left that to pursue music, but I always felt like I still needed to marry my 2 passions together, which really is making a difference and helping people through music, but also performing. Yeah. And through my nonprofit, I feel like we're on our way to doing that because we have put on female music festivals. We've done 3 and other events around the DC area where we highlight female musicians, female drummers, bass players, DJs, and we just want to keep growing.
You let DJs in?
I let DJs in. I have 2 friends that are really, really good, female friends that are really good DJs. And I was like, you know what, in between bands, it'd be really fun to have. Yeah. And my friend does all her own mixes, and she's really great. And so it was cool to be able to see all these women getting together. And we had bands as young as middle school. We partnered with a School of Rock, awesome. And they were playing No Doubt. I lost my shit seeing these 12-year-old girls playing Just a Girl. I'm like, oh my God. And then these little girls in the crowd.
I know where you are right now.
But to see it happening, 20 years behind me that's the purpose. I started the nonprofit.
And to give that to the kids too.
Exactly. I started this truly for 2 major reasons. Connect and highlight and showcase the female talent that I saw around my area.
Yeah, it's enormous.
And also inspire the future generation. Show young girls you can play anything on that stage.
Yeah.
You can do music full time.
Yeah.
You can be an audio engineer. You don't have, we are such a minority still. And we've all struggled, in the music industry, but especially as a woman, like, it's different. Don't mistake it for 1 second. Like, it is different. You get told things. You get treated a certain way. And again, I'm not pity partying. It's just a fact. Like, it's not as common to see a female with a guitar.
True.
Now it is more so, but female drummers or female, you see female singers quite a bit, but do you see female sound engineers? Not really. Do you see female, in Japan you do, by the way.
Do you?
All the engineers in Japan were female, which is really cool.
Actually, the sound engineer at Red Eye's Dock Bar
I've played there.
is female.
Get out.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
But that is the only one that I can think of.
It's a rarity. It's a rarity.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build through this nonprofit and just basically plan networking events.
Yeah.
And our next event, actually, surprise, surprise, is called Women Who Rock the 90s. And it's this new series I'm doing where we do the decades, again, surprise, surprise, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, where I got 30 female singers that are going to be backed by a band that I put together of my awesome friends and incredibly talented musicians. And it's going to be kind of like a mini Lilith Fair, basically, where there's going to be 30 of us. We all picked a song that we really liked from the 90s, and we're going to be celebrating that very influential decade for women, because it really was. You know, I mean, being my favorite aside, the 90s really was for rock music with women. Yeah. It was huge.
That's so cool.
So, yeah.
And just for anybody that just tuned in, what's it called again, and how can they find it?
Okay, so it's Project Hera, Hera, like the Greek goddess. We're on Facebook at Project Hera. We have a website, www.projecthera.org. We're on Instagram, so if you just type in or Google Project Hera, you'll be able to find it. Yeah. And we have all sorts of events coming up, and please share it, especially with any, daughters or nieces or sisters or younger women.
I love that you encourage the kids,
Well, and I try to make all our events free. The benefit.
How do you do that?
Well, okay, so the benefit coming up in December is not free because we are doing it at a venue and we're trying to raise money for the event.
Sure.
But the festival, I want to always keep free if I can. We do donations. The way I do it is by having an incredibly supportive network. Yeah. The where we did it, they donated the stage, they donated the space. I mean,
the bands played free.
Well, we ended up raising money for the bands, thanks to people like you that and then our friends that donated. But the bands would have, and they understood there wasn't a lot of money in it, and I have one other girl that runs the nonprofit with me, and she and I put in our own money. I mean, we've made no money off of it in 2 years. We're just not there yet, and that's okay. I'm not doing it for my credit. Sure. I'm not doing it we're doing it to just have these events so women can connect and show the young girls. So
and encourage them to do it. They can do it.
We need it.
Look at these other people.
That's what, and so it has to be all ages and it has to be free. Yeah. Because music should not be a privilege. And it's getting so expensive to go to shows nowadays. Mm-hmm. It makes me crazy. I mean, it's becoming an upper class luxury to go see your favorite band. Like, tickets are with fees, $80, $90, $100. These young girls.
It's true. There's almost like no middle ground between your local
$10, $15 local bands,
or you're going to a football game.
$100 at the Anthem, or I mean, these are beautiful, great venues, and I understand.
That's a really good point.
But I'm telling you, it's becoming. And so, for example, at the festival, my friend works at a school of underprivileged and has a group of girls that just don't have the luxury of ever going to a show, or don't even they need more assistance. They don't have access. She brought them. She brought 30 plus elementary school girls out from Virginia.
That's brave.
And it was very great. She's an incredible woman. And she's a school counselor as well. And she
sounds right.
And these little girls, some of them, it was their first concert ever. Yeah. And they're looking up, and I mean, it's giving me chills. Like, I mean, if that's all we accomplish that day, for me, I mean, that's enough.
And you may have changed one of their
life paths. That's all I want to do. Yeah. And that's my counseling background. It's like you have 300 kids on your roster. Yeah. But if you
get through to one.
Just get through, because it's too daunting to think else otherwise. You feel overwhelmed, like, I can't help all these kids. I want to help all these people. But if you just get through to one,
It's worth it. It's
It's
worth
worth
doing.
yeah, because that's what we're here for. We're here for each other. That's what makes this worth it, I think. You know?
And that's why music makes sense. Hold on 1 second.
Totally.
I thought I had the nonsense turned off.
Whatevs. Anyway,
Whatever.
so that's my spiel. That's my deal. And so please look up Project Hera because I really am trying to make it grow. And we have videos of the
Do you
festival.
accept donations? Can I put a link in here?
Yes, we accept donations year round. Yep, we have a GoFundMe that's perpetually in existence. And we just uploaded our recap video of the festival. So you guys
Gotcha.
can see it's the girl that did it, Haley Fahey, is an incredible musician. And again, I mean, I am only able to do this through the people that are around me.
Always
I
what it
feel
comes down
so
to.
supported and I mean encouraged by this type of thing, and it's just like it's tough. I mean, it's hours of unpaid work and it's frustrating and it's a lot of work, but the people that step up and believe in your mission, you only need a few really good ones to make something happen.
That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah,
It's very cool. It's
We'll have
very
to get you
encouraging.
to come out next year and bring the boys.
Are boys
and-
allowed?
Boys are allowed. See, but that's the thing. I also want to like, and just I do want to
I was
reiterate. That,
joking.
no, I know you are, but I do want to reiterate. Like, there are definitely, different movements going on and things that we really try to be non-political and not put our personal beliefs in and really keep it accessible and about the music and about supporting women in music. We don't need to cut men out. We need men. We want to work with. I mean, we all need to work together. We don't want to destroy anything. We don't want to break down. I mean,
Well, that's the whole problem with a lot of these bands, and not even music-related things. We're going to go off on a tangent here for a second. When they get overly political, is that they're inclusive to the point of being exclusive.
exactly.
And staying away from that is important.
I get again. I vote. I have my political beliefs, and they're strong, but I don't want them to cloud. I want people to be able to have access to the music and not get
Sure.
distracted by my own personal agenda.
Yeah.
Even though there is a place in our society for groups like that, though. I mean, we do need. For real. I mean,
Rage Against the Machine's important.
and there's an awesome band. I mean, there's many bands that are out there and female fueled bands that are like, and we need women to out
Sure.
things that are wrong and be more aggressive about it. And I support them and I am thankful for that. But what we're doing is just trying to keep it, which is tough, as inclusive, non-political, and accepting as possible. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So we'll see. We're really open and we just want people to celebrate women in music and build the future generation.
Awesome. Well, let me know when the next one is.
I will.
And if you guys want to support this effort, there will be a link in the description after we're live. I'll put it if you're watching it
Cool.
afterwards here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go out with one more tune.
Okay.
Let's see. You want to see if we have any more requests?
Yes. Check on requests, and if not, I'll do
All right.
maybe an original. Let's see.
Just posted you a surprise on Instagram. I don't know what that's gonna be.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
I started playing guitar. Okay. Wow. Oh, I started playing guitar after almost 40 years. Wow.
From a vet friend to help her out.
Oh, I love that.
See,
That's so cool. It's never too late, dude. I mean, that's so cliche to say.
I tell everybody, like, you can
Instrument-
do it. Just keep it in your hands if you can do it.
But even with piano, with any musical instrument, I mean, you can learn it at any age. That's what's so cool about it.
They want some ska stuff.
I can't play ska.
You're gonna upset Pooh Ninja.
I mean, I really, because I don't, I can't even do that.
All right, let's see
Look at it,
here.
look at it.
Oh, all right. People are reposting the link to your nonprofit.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't people the best?
I'm totally overwhelmed. Seriously, this is such an amazing network of people you have. This is,
It's all about the people. It's all about connecting with people
And
and
I-
helping each other.
I am so of that mindset. So this
Yeah.
has been so awesome to just connect with people I never ever would have known if not for this.
From all over the world. Isn't it cool?
God, I'm jealous. You have, dude, what a fun job you get to do.
We're in this together.
I love it.
All right.
All right.
Dealer's choice.
We're gonna do shit, because I'm like,
Shit.
there's an 80s song that was done in a ska version that I really like. but I can also do an original. But like, I also people like to hear covers.
I know. You could always do like Sublime or something. I don't know.
Let's do this one. And I capo. Oh well. I have another capo.
You do you.
No, I have another capo.
Okay.
I roll with 2 capos. Okay.
Are you?
What you know
I
about
just bought my first
that?
one like a month ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, because I just started this songwriting thing, and I've discovered that capos are useful for songwriting.
They really are. Oh my god, totally.
You're first fretting it, huh?
I'm first fretting it.
Oh my god.
I know. It's
You're one of
I
those.
normally do too, but I'm gonna keep
Jeez.
it low.
What is this, Russia?
It is weird to first fret it, but I kind of like it. All right, ready?
I knew you were a first fretter.
That's the whole song, by the way. I love it. Hashtag first fretter. You and I in a little toy shop. My bag of balloons with the money we got. Set them free at the break of dawn. So one by one, they were gone. Back at base, box the software, flash the message. Something's out there floating in the summer sky. 99 red balloons go by. 99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. And this is a red alert, something here from somewhere else. The old machine springs to life, opens up one eager eye, focusing on the sky. It's 99 red balloons go by.
Fake my dumb easy.
Right? 99 decisions, 99 minutes me. Very, very super scary. Call the troops out in a hurry. This is what we waited for. This is it, boys. This is a war. The president is on the line. It's 99 revolutions go by. Yeah. 99 lights of the air, super high-tech jet fighters. Everyone's a superhero, everyone's a captain. Third line, orders to identify, clarify, classify, scramble in the summer sky. 99 red balloons go by. Similar. No, it's 99. Oh,
Someone just stick
99 red balloons go by. That's funny. Oh, I love it. 99 dreams I have had, everyone a red balloon. It's all over and I'm standing pretty. In this house that was a city, I could find a souvenir just to prove the world was here. And here is a red balloon. I think of you and let it go. Wait. Remember how they do that at the end? You remember this song?
Yes.
Anyways, that's what I'm good for, by the way. Everything, whenever I play, people are like,
I haven't heard that shit in 20 years.
fuck. And I'm like, you're welcome is what I say to that. Literally. I do. I'm like, I am welcome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming up here.
Thanks for listening to me babble and having me. I mean,
No.
this really was fun.
Are you enjoying interneting?
You kind of got me a little hooked on it.
Hooked you on the internet?
Oh,
It's fun, isn't it?
It is fun. Just to interact and see what people are saying. It's fun.
I know. So typically, you were downstairs in my studio. I have it going on my screen. So I can sit there and I have the lights and I can just go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
And, I consider them real human interactions. At least I tell myself.
Mom, they're my friends. For real. No, I get it. Oh, everyone's so nice.
They are.
Cool.
Awesome. Well,
Thanks, you guys.
Cathy DiToro, everybody.
Yay.
One more time, let's go down the list of your bands
Okay.
and your nonprofit, and then we'll sign off.
All right, we got
Links will be in the description.
We got the Legwarmers for 80s. We got Party Like It's for ska and your 90s fix. We got So Fetch for the 2000s. We got Cathy D Music, which is my own personal stuff, and then Project Hera is the nonprofit. And you can find all of this through my personal page, Cathy D or Cathy DiToro Music. I cross-pollinate my projects typically and with info and stuff on shows and stuff. So check it out.
So you're not busy at all. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Have a great day. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, interneting.
Internet.
Oh.